Peace, peace, my friends and family. It is May the 11th, 2024, and I'm here with a little more. I told you I was going to be posting a little bit more, and like this solar flare event yesterday, I'm seeing these beautiful photos y'all are posting of the northern lights in places we wouldn't normally see them. I've seen people post, I think even the Atlanta metropolitan area to the north, people were able to witness them. That's not normal. They're on the news even talking about this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's not going to be once in your lifetime. You're going to be seeing more of this. You're going to be seeing more of it because this is not just caused by the very large solar eruptions that we had yesterday. That's one element of it. That's the element that's being focused on. But the element that's not being focused on, that you really want to pay close attention to, is the fact that the magnetic shield that surrounds the Earth's aura, the aura of the Earth, it's growing weaker. And it's not an insignificant weakening. Since the late 1800s, our planet's magnetic shield has weakened by approximately 30%. 30%, not 3%, 30%. And much of this has happened since the year 2000. I would say, check this out, in 1900, the weakening began, but when you got to about the year 2000, it rapidly has increased. Now, why am I sharing this with you? And how is this related to the northern lights? One of the reasons why you're seeing these lights so powerfully is not just the power of the flares, it's the fact that the weakening shield of the Earth allows the flares, the energy from the flares to penetrate more deeply. And it's the penetration of the charged particles in the flares that interacts with gas in the air that causes these beautiful light emanations. So although it's beautiful to us, it's one of the signs of very significant changes happening on our planet. Very significant. How significant? When the charged particles hit the Earth, when the solar winds hit, the coronal mass ejections, the plasma energy, it is steered towards the north and south poles where it is absorbed. This causes a more rapid melting of the poles. Have you been observing, those of you who go to the beaches, do you notice how this past 10 years, every time you go to the beach, there's less beach? It's happening around the world. Have you noticed? I'm sure you have. Because if you go to the beach, it's obvious. And in the past couple of years, it's been dramatically more. That's not that the land is sinking. It's that the oceans are rising significantly. And it's not just caused by human activity. It's caused by this phenomenon. Now, why should you be concerned? You should be concerned because these solar emissions are on an 11-year cycle. Meaning that over an 11-year period, they increase in intensity. Right now, we're at what's called the solar maximum, which is when the sun is the most active, which is why you're seeing events like yesterday. 7 emanations above the X class, which is not normal. All right. Now, after this year, which is the peak, the emanations will lessen for the next 5.5 years to a minimum. Then it'll begin again. And so in 2035 to 6, there'll be another peak. Why is this important? Because if the magnetic shields continue to weaken like they are, when they go down to 40%, 50%, more and more of this energy will penetrate into the Earth. And unfortunately, my friends, the effects will not be positive. Those of you who are sensitive, these emanations, you're going to feel the effects in your blockages, in the blockages of your energy body. So you may feel headaches, you may feel sluggish, you may feel insomnia, you may feel nauseous, you may feel depressed. Wherever your blockages are in your internal organs, they're going to receive an overstimulation and you're going to feel an emotional side effect to that. The same goes true for our power grid, which runs electromagnetically. If you pay close attention during this event, there's going to be some blackouts, there's going to be some disturbances, there'll be some internet disruptions, there'll be flights that will be canceled because it's not safe to fly, GPS navigation won't work well. This is just a minor disturbance because with these flares that are large but not huge. So paint the picture of what happens when you have a very large flare, an X10, an X15, an X20, 30, 40, 50, when your magnetic shields have diminished even further. Like I want to reiterate, I practice indigenous techniques of longevity. Indigenous techniques of longevity. The indigenous peoples observed these cycles on the earth. And I'm going to leave you with this. The northern lights being seen at lower latitudes is one of the signs of what's called the change of the age. The change of the age. And these changes include biblical transformations to Earth's state of being. Biblical. All right, my friends. I want you to think about what I've shared. There's a reason why we're all attempting to ascend. There's an intensity that we're feeling. Don't deny it. Stay paying attention to the sun. Stay paying attention, period. And there's a reason why I'm always stressing, stay grounded. It's going to be important in these next few years. Stay grounded. And just think about this. The more grounded you are, the more radiation you can process. The closer to the ground you are, the more the radiation will pass over you. All right. Enjoy the Northern Lights tonight. I'm having the steam sauna of the Sweat Lodge tonight. Come through if you can. If you're a mother, it's half off. It should be a beautiful night. Maybe we can see some stars or whatever. One last thing. If you saw last night a series of dots in the sky, they look like stars. They were in a straight line. They moved through the Atlanta area. Those are not UFOs. That's the Starlink satellite array. If you see UFOs that are of a star size, you'll know because they'll either move at speeds that is not possible for our technology, or they'll move in vectors, shoot, 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 that if a plane were to do that, it would just be torn to pieces and the human body inside would be ripped asunder. So look for that. Look for star-like objects that move in vectors that aren't humanly possible. Okay? All right, my friends. Peace.